Hi guys, so today I'm reviewing the Scorp Mini right here. Now this is overall a really nice gimbal. You know, it's pretty amazing that right now with the way the gimbal market is, you can get a solid gimbal for under $300. So when I got this gimbal, it's retailing for about $270, but I think you get like a $30 off coupon or something. Before I get into the details of the gimbal, I just want to say that overall, I definitely recommend this gimbal. Just know that you're going to be limited on the size of cameras. Obviously, there's the payload. I think it's like 2.6 pounds or something. But also just because of the design of the gimbal, you're not going to be able to mount a camera with a very big lens. On here, you can see I was able to mount my FX3, like no problem with this little Cinema Prime on the front. But trying to mount the same camera with a Sigma 24 to 70, I'm not able to slide the camera far enough back to get it to balance properly. Also, as far as sliding it back to the side, I have it pretty much pushed as far to the side as I can to get it to be level. So any more weight, you put any sort of monitors or anything on here, it's not going to balance properly. But that's, this gimbal's not made for a bigger camera setup. It's made for, small, small mirrorless cameras, action cameras, cell phones, that kind of thing. So it is pretty cool that you can balance, a more professional camera on here. You're just limited to the lens. How big the lens is, right? So anyway, as far as the overall design of it goes, you can see it's designed like the big brother, the Scorp Pro. It has this handle in the back, which does make it nice for doing like low angled shots. You can hold it right here. The downside is it has all of the controls, so it's very hard to run this thing one-handed if you want to be able to do the controls. If you look at like the Ronin gimbals, you can do all of the controls with just one hand because they have the screen mounted right around here. So just something to keep in mind. You're going to need to keep both hands on it, which is, honestly good anyway, just to keep it more stable. Something I don't like about it is there's nowhere to mount an external monitor. So as you can see, there are no quarter 20 screw holes or anything on it like that. So you're going to be running strictly by the LCD screen on your camera to pull focus or autofocus. Now this camera, since I don't have a Sony autofocus lens on here, I can't control the focus from this little control wheel here. But if you do have an autofocus lens, you're able to control the focus that way. Now this little control wheel is pretty cool. You can actually have it set to control focus of the camera through the USB-C cable, or they have other camera control cables that it comes with. Or you can actually have it control the pan and tilt. So right here I have it controlling the tilt, and you can see it's pretty darn smooth. So between this, I mean, you can get some really nice movements without having to worry about trying to move the camera and anything like that. So that's a cool little addition, having that there. But the hard thing is when you're using this control wheel, you're not able to actually hold the camera with both hands because you're having to hold the control wheel with your other hand. So your one arm is definitely going to get tired. So other than that, it has all the standard kind of gimbal functions. You can do panoramas, you can do time lapses, all that kind of stuff. The control interface back here is pretty easy to use. I like the movement of the control dial and everything. These little function buttons on the side, they do rattle around a little bit. As I was using it, I'm like, what is that rattling noise? Not the rattling noise you hear behind me. I think that's one of my hard drives bumping against the other one. I'm going to have to fix that here in a second. But as I was using this, it was jiggling just a little bit, and I just found out it's these little buttons. They're not quite solid. But other than that, like, the build quality is really nice. Something that's interesting is when you're adjusting the gimbal to lock the different adjustments on here, you turn these knobs. You can kind of see it right here. So they are a little fiddly to get it to like tighten down or to loosen up, so you're able to slide the different axes back and forth to be able to get the gimbal to balance. But they do lock it down tight. It's just a little bit different than like a little flip lever or something like that. So overall, this is a great starter gimbal. This is a great gimbal for smaller camera setups and stuff. It can handle larger setups like this one on here, but you're just gonna, again, like I said earlier, you're gonna be limited by the size of lens that you get. So definitely keep that in mind. This is not a full-on cinema camera, gimbal. This is something small and lightweight that you can easily throw in your bag for some, quick little shots with your action camera or your iPhone or something like that.